What's good, YouTube guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are ranking NFL teams based on this season, okay? We have these tier lists ranked in seven different categories. We have Super Bowl favorite, Super Bowl contenders, playoff teams, potential wild cards, missing playoff teams, young but intriguing, and then number one pick contender. Right off the bat, let's put this there. Alright, but before we get in too far into the video, guys, I want to let you know that I'm coming out with a new series called My Bucket List, where I visit every single NFL stadium. Alright, it's not just about football, it's about traveling, it's about local culture, it's about meeting new people, sightseeing, trying new food, exploring the cities. Y'all gotta remember, I'm a Jets fan, and I'm done watching them every single weekend, so I gotta do something different. And I always wanted to go travel the country and visit all these other stadiums anyways. So you know what? It's a win-win. If that's something that you guys are interested in, subscribe. But let's get right into this. Okay, here we go. We got the Browns at the number one. Easy, simple, right? Easy, simple. We're just going to go team by team, all right? New Orleans Saints, I want to put them young but intriguing. But to be honest, young and intriguing kind of seems low on the list of, like, teams, because I'm actually kind of a Saints fan. My boy Tyler Shook won me a freaking fantasy. Look at this. I won my first ever fantasy football championship, and Tyler Shook brought me there. All right, I had Daniel Jones all year, beasting and feasting. He gets hurt, swoop up Tyler Shook off waiver wires, and he just brings me to the promised land. So, Saints have a special place in my heart. Obviously, Chris Olave is a beast. They just got Travis Etienne as the running back. Young but intriguing sounds about right. Next, we got Miami Dolphins. This team is buns. I'm sorry to Miami fans watching this right now, but this team is fucking trash. All right, the only thing this team has is Devon A-Chain, but that's all they have. Their defense is buns. Their offensive line is buns. I mean, dude, they're contenders for the number one pick. Simple as that. Baltimore Ravens. Where do y'all think the Baltimore Ravens go? Low key, they're probably just as simple as a playoff team. I wouldn't consider them potential wild cards. I wouldn't consider them Super Bowl contenders. I think playoff team is perfect for them. We'll move right along. The Bengals. Now, see, this team we got to think about a little longer here, right? Because Joe Burrow, at any time in the season, he could be Super Bowl contenders. But also, at any time in the season, they can also just miss the playoffs. So they're like a wild card team. We're going to put them at playoff team. I wouldn't be mad if y'all put them at potential wild cards either, because that's what I was debating. The Broncos is, to me, are they Super Bowl favorites or are they contenders? I think they're contenders. I think they're contenders. If Bo Nix didn't fuck around in the locker room celebrating, broke his ankle, the Patriots would have never went to the Super Bowl last year. And they would have gotten smoked, right? The Broncos should have been in the Super Bowl last year. It should have been Broncos versus Seahawks. It would have been a way better Super Bowl than watching the Patriots. The New York Giants, low-key, young but intriguing. They're young but intriguing, and they're very intriguing at that. Cam Skattebo is a dog, all right? He's the person that reminds me that football is a man's sport. People forget about that. This is a man's sport. Cam Skattebo represents that pretty well. Also, I like Jackson Dart, young buck. I like the receiver they got, Malik Neighbors, young buck. Minnesota Vikings. Now, this team is going to be so good, bro. People are underrating how good the Minnesota Vikings are actually going to be. They just got Kyler Murray, but that's like the headline. Oh, Kyler Murray, cool, boom, boom. Bro, Jawan Jennings is a receiver they just got from the 49ers. He's a dog. Pair him up with Justin Jefferson on the other side, and they have, who's the other receiver? I can't think of him. Jordan Addison. This team is good, bro. They got a good defense. They got good defense, good weapons. Yeah, Kyler Murray's going to do his thing over there. This team is, to me, is a playoff team. Now, we have our first Super Bowl favorites in the Los Angeles Rams. Last year, I put money on them to win the Super Bowl. And this year, I think I'm going to put money on them to win the Super Bowl again because they have an even better chance. They just got Myles freaking Garrett. And Aaron Donald is practicing. Enough said. Buccaneers. Potential wild card? Potentially. I think they're on the decline, I'm not going to lie. They were good last year. I think they made the playoffs last year, right? Yeah, I believe they did, but I don't know. I think they're going to regress a little bit. Mike Evans left. Bucky Irvin's coming off that injury. The Lions are going to be Super Bowl contenders, in my opinion. But, like, dude, they were a freaking powerhouse team a few years ago. Maybe they took a step back now that the coach went to the Bears. But they're still Super Bowl contenders in my book. I think they're still a really good squad, and they still got good coaches over there. Speaking of the Bears, Bow, Super Bowl contenders. This team is gonna be a fucking beast. They're gonna be a fucking animal, bro. And people are not I don't know if they're expecting it or they're sleeping on it or what. Caleb Williams is gonna be a monster. Ben Johnson might be the best coach in the league. 49ers. Now, dude, this team just takes hits, injury after injury after injury after injury after injury. Like, Christian McCaffrey didn't play. Or I'm sorry, he didn't practice this last week because of tightness, muscle tightness or some shit. That's a bad sign. This team is always injured. I think they need to relocate. They have to at this point, bro. We're going to put them at a playoff team. Even though how many injuries they have every single year, they always find a way to still be good and still be playoff teams. Imagine if they didn't have that injury bug. They probably would have won a few Super Bowls. Like, in my lifetime, they went to the Super Bowl 3 times. They went to the Super Bowl 3 times in my lifetime and lost every single one of them. Twice to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and once to the Ravens when they had Colin Kaepernick. Crazy. My Jets can't even sniff a fucking playoffs. Philadelphia Eagles. This team is good, but they're regressing. So I'm going to put them at playoffs. They're regressing. They lost A.J. Brown. They also just got a different offensive coordinator, which actually might help them. And that defense is low-key tough, man. But I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders. I think they're perfect right at playoffs. Now, the Raiders, young but intriguing, all right? They're young but intriguing. I like Brock Bowers. I like Ashton Genty. I like the quarterback they just got, Fernando Mendoza. I love Fernando Mendoza. They got superstar talent, but they're just all young. And they got to build up that defense a little bit, too. Green Bay Packers. See, now I'm in a tricky situation here. If I put the Green Bay Packers at potential wild card spot or playoff team, that means I just put all 4 of the NFC North teams in the playoffs, which is it could happen, but like how likely is that going to happen? Most likely it's probably not going to happen, right? We got the Bears, Super Bowl contenders, we got the Lions, Super Bowl contenders, and we have the Vikings playoff team. I don't know. I feel like, but the Green Bay's so good, their defense is good. But, in my opinion, they could be potential wild cards, all right? Now, highlight the word potential, right? That could also mean missing the playoffs. But I put them a little bit above that category. Washington Commanders, I got missing the playoffs. Oh, but they're good, though. They just got Stephon Diggs. They just drafted that first-round linebacker. He's a beast from Ohio State. Monster. Sonny Styles, monster. He's going to help that defense out tremendously. But I gotta put him at missing playoffs. I don't know why. I just have it's a gut feeling. Cardinals, golly, this team might be the fucking worst. This team might be the worst. Not really. No, I'm sorry. They're not the worst. I'm putting them at missing the playoffs because I actually like their weapons and I actually like the direction they're going in. I could put them in young but intriguing, but I want to put them a little above that because they're not that young, but they are young. Like, they just drafted that running back. They also have Marvin Harrison Jr. and they also have Wilson. Those 2 receivers are dogs. Plus the tight end. How did I not even mention the tight end? Trey McBride. He's like the best tight end in the league. Like, they have the pieces. They have the weapons. Jacoby Brissett is a little bit older, and that's one of the reasons why I don't want to put him in young but intriguing. Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, buddy. Hang it up. Hang it up. Y'all are probably missing the playoffs. This is your last year. Just freaking retire, bro. And live the rest of your life in paradise. Go smoke weed, pop pills, go in darkness retreats, do all that cuckoo crazy shit that you like to do. Like, you don't gotta play football no more. Buffalo Bills, in my opinion, they're declining. But because this Josh Allen, you gotta put them in Super Bowl contenders, all right? I would have put them as Super Bowl favorites a few years ago, but they are declining, and it's still Josh Allen. They still have a Super Bowl window open. They will always have a Super Bowl window as long as Josh Allen's the quarterback. Atlanta Falcons, missing the playoffs. Now, I like the weapons. Bijan Robinson, fantasy gold. Tua turned the ball over his ass. Penix, kind of ass too. London is a beast on the outside. Kyle Pitts is okay. I don't know. They got decent weapons, you know what I'm saying? But, like, they're not doing nothing special. The Seattle Seahawks, in my opinion, are Super Bowl favorites. That defense is just insane. All right, that defense is insane, and I will forever be a Sam Darnold fan. I love that guy. Forever be a Sam Darnold fan. He's just a beautiful soul. The New England Patriots, I'm gonna have to put them now. See, this team, this is a weird kind of a team. You know, I'm debating. I'm gonna put potential wild card. All right, I believe they are a potential wild card spot because their division is dog shit. They got the Jets, they got Miami. They only really got to worry about Buffalo. Drake May has another year under his belt, so he's just going to continue to be Drake May. Last year, he was amazing. His rookie year, he was dog shit. So I think this year, in year 3, is really going to solidify like what kind of player he is. So we'll put him on a potential wildcard spot. The Houston Texans, this defense is nasty. CJ Stroud is just trash, and he's holding them back. Potential wildcard. We put him on potential wildcard, and if it wasn't for how bad CJ Stroud is, they would have been like they got the weapons. They got Montgomery, the running back. They just picked him off this offseason. Good running back. Nico Collins, dog. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what the deal is with Tank Dell, but he's a dog too when he's healthy. It's just CJ Stroud holds him back, bro. If you give the Texans a better quarterback, they would be playoff teams. It depends how good of an upgrade you have at quarterback. They could be Super Bowl contenders because that defense is just so stacked. The Kansas City Chiefs. They got to be Super Bowl contenders, bro. They have to be. And the reason I say they have to be Super Bowl contenders, I know Patrick Mahomes is hurt. He's probably coming off an injury, but he's going to be back, bro. Like, pretty early in the year. Like, I think he'd be fine for week 1. But just to play it safe, he's definitely going to be back by week 3, week 4. And then the whole year, he's there. But the real, true reason why I believe in Kansas City every single year is Andy Reid. He is one of the best coaches of all time. You know, obviously pairing with a good quarterback, like a legendary quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, and dude, you have the recipe. I mean, it's the Bill Belichick and Tom Brady recipe. They just brought that to Kansas City. Get the quarterback, get the coach, boom. Travis Kelce is fat as fuck now, but I mean, he's still got the experience and knowledge. Super Bowl contenders. This team right here, I love them. This season, I love them. I don't love them, but this season, I love them. The Dallas Cowboys. I so badly want to put Super Bowl favorites, but then I remind myself, wait, hold up. It is the Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to put them in Super Bowl contenders. And I truly believe that. I truly believe they're Super Bowl contenders. Let me tell you why. Dak Prescott is one of the best quarterbacks in the fucking league. And he has the best surrounding cast. Javonte Williams, dog, beast running back. George Pickens, dog. He, in my opinion, could be better than CeeDee Lamb. He has CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens on the outside. In the middle, who does he have? Ferguson, the tight end. He's a dog. The offensive line, pretty good. But, like, I'm just talking about the offense. The Cowboys' offense is always nasty every single year. In terms of fantasy football, you got to get a piece of that pie, bro. Now let's talk about their defense. Their defense is going to be so good this year, bro. People don't understand that. They just traded for Quinnen Williams, and they just paid him this offseason. Quinnen Williams is a dog. Probably 1 or 2. He's either 2 or 1 D tackles in the entire league. He is a dog. I know they got rid of Michael Parsons, but putting Quinnen Williams there, surround Quinnen Williams, you're going to have a good fucking team. On top of that, they got rid of Diggs, the cornerback. He was dog shit. Yeah, he had all these interceptions, but bro, he was giving up so many yards and letting people wide open all over the field. Like, okay, get him off the team. Have the next guy come up. That's an upgrade in itself. And then my favorite move they've made. They drafted the safety Caleb Downs, bro. Caleb Downs. Bro, put Caleb Downs on that defense alone, and that shit is going to be different. I'm telling you. Quinnen Williams up the middle and on the front line. Caleb Downs in the back protecting it. I'm telling you, bro. They might not be like the LA Rams or the Seattle Seahawks level defense, but I'm telling you, that offense is so elite, and that defense is going to be a lot better than people actually think. Super Bowl contenders. Moving on! So we got the Chargers, all right? They just got that new coach, Mike McDaniel. He was the head coach for Miami Dolphins, and I think he was a coach for 4 years, but in 2 of those 4 years that he was coaching Miami, Tua turned the ball over, threw for 5,000 yards twice, or like high 4,000 yards, but he threw for 5,000 yards once. He was the leading passing quarterback. And if Mike McDaniels was able to do that with Tua, imagine what he's going to do with Herbert. Herbert's going to be a fucking dog. I got to put him at playoff team. Now, my New York Jets. Clear as day, Super Bowl contenders. Now, let me explain why. Let me explain why, right? The reason why we're Super Bowl contenders, Can't even come up with a fucking reason. Let's bring him down here. Let's bring him down. I want to put him. Oh, fuck it, bro. It is what it is. All right, number 1 contender pick. I'll say that. We're just trash. I looked at our schedule, bro. We're dead ass gonna win like 4 or 5 games. But in terms of like, I do want to put him like young and intriguing a little bit because Garrett Wilson's a dog, Breece Hall's a dog, Braylon Allen's a dog. Their offensive line, like people don't talk about this. That offensive line is young and nasty, bro. Like the Jets actually might have a top 6 offensive line in the league. But that's all they have, right? That's all they have. They have a few weapons, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall on the top. Yeah, that's all they have. Their defense, their quarterback, And at the end of the day, it's the Jets. The Carolina Panthers. Now, Bryce Young did pop off a little bit last year. He had a bounce back season from his beginning seasons. But I still got to put him at missing the playoffs. I don't think they have enough firepower. The team is kind of boring, bro. But I don't know. I don't think they have enough. The Tennessee Titans, I'm not going to lie, young but intriguing. They are young but intriguing. I like the quarterback. They just drafted Tate. They need to upgrade their running back. I'm not going to lie. Tony Pollard, he's a good placeholder, but eventually you got to get a superstar up in there. Now the Colts. All right, now think about this, right? When Daniel Jones was healthy last year, they were 8-1. When Daniel Jones got hurt, they won one other game. They ended the year 9-8. They were 8-1 with Daniel Jones, and then they ended the season 9-8 when he got hurt. So I'm going to rank this as if Daniel Jones is playing, and I'm going to put them at potential wild card. Yeah, I think that fits them perfectly. All right? And last but not least, the last team is the Jaguars, and people sleep on the Jaguars. I'm going to remind y'all, because a lot of y'all probably forgot, last year, the Jaguars won 13 games. 13 games, and nobody even talks about that. That was a sneaky, sleepy, good team. Like, dude, I thought about that the other day. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Hold up. The Jaguars won 13 games last year? Why does nobody talk about the Jaguars? Yes. So, we're going to put them at, we're going to put them at playoff team. That's what I think. That's what I believe. I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders. I don't think. They won 13 games, yes, but we'll see it again. All right? So, this was my official ranking before the season starts. As the season goes on, we're going to adjust the rankings, all right? So, yeah, these are my rankings. If any of you guys disagree, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear what y'all have to say. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I had a great time. I hope y'all did too. Don't forget my bucket list series. I'm going to announce what stadium I'm going to first very soon, all right? September is right here. That's when episode 1 comes out in September. Every month, I'm doing a road trip to a new stadium, and I'm going to explore the city, and it's going to be great. With that being said, y'all, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Thank you for watching Dylan TV. I said thank you for watching Dylan TV.